is so good. World-class entertainment. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Game, set the next, Team Italy.
Hurkacz ends the year in winning fashion.
Paolini and Italy surge into the quarterfinals.
Seriously good shot. Beautiful.
It's a clean sweep for the US into the quarters in comfortable style.
The serenity of Sydney Harbour today after the celebrations of last night to bring in the new year. And no better way to start 2025 than at Ken Rosewell Arena in Sydney and at RAC Arena in Perth. 29 degrees in the capital of New South Wales today. A little bit of humidity around. This is day 6 of the United Cup, and we have everything to play for at Ken Rosewell Arena today as we look for places in the quarterfinals. Chris Stubbs with you. Absolutely delighted to start 2025 with two of the best in Andrea Petkovic and Mark Petchey. Welcome to you both. How are you?
We're great. Yeah. Disgustingly fresh, actually, after New Year.
We were all very well behaved because we've got a big day of tennis ahead today because quarterfinal spots on the line. Team Czechia, Team Poland. Wow, what a belter of a way to start the season. 4 of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the time. I know we're in Australia and everybody's looking to the Aussies, but just speaking of names, this is the tie to look forward to. And I will say, it's very simple. It never is at United Cup. This one is who wins goes through. Czechia wins, Czechia goes through. Poland wins, Poland goes through. Very simple. Everyone can remember that, even Mark Petchey.
That's it. And what about this one?
That's a stretch.
Oh, Mukova against Iga Swiatek.
That is my personal favorite match of the week on the women's side, maybe all over, men's and women's, and I'm really excited. I will be calling that one, and that's my favorite part of the new year so far.
Can't wait. My favourite part of the new year is Team Australia beating Team Great Britain, because that's what's going to happen in the evening session tonight, right, Patch?
No, it's not going to, no. ChatGPT has got this one, is about the only thing that it can't actually work out, because this is a complicated group. The easiest way of me telling it is that if your country goes 3-0 and clean sweeps us, they will go through. If we can get one win in straight sets, then Team GB go through. But it is all to play for still tonight, which is great. I'm actually going to agree with Andrea. The Iga match against Karolina Muchova is the big match for me as well.
Yeah. And the only thing I'm asking is, how did I end up in this Commonwealth battle here?
Hey, we're not allowed to bet on tennis, but we might have a coffee on the side of that one, because I've got good faith that the Aussies can fight back. We are a day behind, if you like, in terms of Perth, because they're already through to the quarterfinals, so they're playing for a spot in the semis. So it's a big day in Perth, and there's some good contests here too. Elena Rybakina, Team Kazakhstan taking on the defending champions and Laura Siegemund, and then Alexander Shevchenko. Can he take down another big name player? Well, it's the world number 2, Alexander Zverev. He'll be up against there. So that's quarterfinal 1. Quarterfinal 2 in the evening session is an entertaining one too. It's the top seeds, Team USA up against Team China. Goff against Zhao, the surprise packet, the giant killer of this tournament so far. Then it's Taylor Fritz against Triple Z, Zhang Zhizhen. That one shapes as an absolute beauty. And could the mixed doubles decide it again? Well, it has so far in plenty of these contests. Elena Rybakina, let's start with that quarterfinal number 1 in Perth today. That is a big contest. She's been in really sparkling form, hasn't she? And it's important for her, given this new partnership with Goran Ivanisevic.
Yeah, absolutely. It always takes a while to get used to a new coach. We talked about Hurkacz in the last few days, who has a new team as well. Iga Swiatek, and this one, Rybakina, is up 5-1, but I'm telling you, tennis players have very selective memories, and Laura Siegemund will remember that one time she did beat Elena Rybakina in Doha in 2021, but I have to say, Rybakina looked very, very good in the first 2 matches. She's more solid, she seems to be more within herself, very balanced, looked dangerous for the whole Australian summer, I will have to say.
Have you noticed anything different yet that Goran has brought to her game, or is it a bit early for that?
It's a bit early to be 100% sure. I will say I thought that she took a few more forehands down the line. She has a very good forehand, but she tends to go cross-court all the time, and I thought she was opening the court a bit early on that side. The serve looks very nice. I'm very excited for this partnership for this year. All
right, what about Alexander Shevchenko? Can he get another top 20 win?
Well, he's got a couple of top 10 wins. There's no doubt that he's a quality player. I just don't see where the holes are today against Zverev like they were against Tsitsipas. You know, you're talking about a delta in difference between two backhands out there that probably couldn't get bigger on the ATP Tour. Zverev's one of the best probably of all time, and obviously Steph struggling on his one-hander at the moment. I just don't think there's an easy way for Shevchenko to play this match that's going to make it comfortable for him. This is very much on Zverev's racket from the first serve of the German through to a lot of the baseline rallies. He did have to come back from a set down, obviously in this match, but for me, he looks like he's pretty sharp at this stage already.
He plays with real pride, doesn't he? We saw that last year when they won this tournament, but again, look at the emotion from him.
Listen, I mean, Andrea knows this. I mean, you've been around tennis players. They are so passionate about this sport. It is an unconditional love of something that they'll never be better at. So they want to just milk every single moment about it. I've been fortunate enough to be around a lot of people. Stefan Edberg in London, he still played tennis for 2 years after he retired, 3 times a week, and he couldn't get enough of it. And you see it every single day with these players out there. Zverev is no different. And of course, he still has the ultimate goal that he's heading for, which is trying to win a maiden major.
And then you add the whole other factor of United Cup and playing for your country. It's great to see the world #2 in great form. Also looking forward to Team USA against Team China in the other quarterfinal in Perth to be played today, because this shapes up as a really fascinating contest in the way that we look at Zhao Xinyu. She has been the surprise packet of this tournament. She hadn't played anyone in the top 20 prior. She gets another chance today in the top 5 in Coco Golf. Where did this come from?
Well, actually, she has been playing well, but you're absolutely right. She's just ranked inside the top 200, but she is 2-0 at this United Cup. She beat Hurkacz in a crazy 3.5-hour everybody cramping match, and then she backed it up, because usually after a big win you kind of have a letdown, emotional and physical, but she backed it up and she thrived on the big stage, and she thrived with this amazing Chinese fans who urged her on. I do think that Coco Gauff will prove a bit too strong for her, but hey, never count out Zhao. She was definitely the breakthrough star of the United Cup, and we always have that.
And you've seen her previously, haven't you, where you saw that she had talent?
I have. I actually saw her at the US Open qualies, and I was with Steph, your colleague, here before she went on to play Hurkacz, and I told her, hey, this girl is not to be underestimated, and I love when I'm right, which is always.
I do like the fact that from rehearsal you went very heavily on Coco. You were kind of sort of trying to sell it as a bit of a 50-50 in rehearsal, but you've changed your tune live on air. Good for you.
Just backpedaling a little bit on that one. Taylor Fritz and Triple Z, this sets up as a really cracking contest as well. 2 guys in the prime of their career, really.
Zhang Zhizhen's got 3 top 10 wins and on 3 different surfaces, so that just goes to show his versatility. His star is very much still in the ascendancy. He beat Taylor in Madrid on the clay. Taylor had 3 match points. He'll be out for a little bit of revenge, but Zhang has got that kind of game that will trouble players at times. I'm not sure if today's going to be the day again that he gets another win over the American. I do think that Taylor's got a point to prove. He is super competitive. He loves it when he's playing for the Stars and Stripes. So I kind of feel as though Taylor will just have the edge. He looked great against Chorich. Should have beaten Felix, of course, in his opening match, having been a set and 5-4 and serving for it. And as I say, you don't want to, on the tour, allow somebody to get a psychological advantage. So he'll be super motivated, of course, to try and get the win again. They should be 1 love up as well, so the pressure will be on Triple Z.
Team USA, they are the top seeds, and for most people, probably the favourites for this tournament. It's a strong combination, Gauff and Fritz. But for Team China, anything is possible. They're certainly enjoying themselves out and about in Perth.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, welcome to Perth, by the way.
Thank you.
This is the most beautiful city in the world.
I think it's my first time to ride a boat, actually. I live in Beijing and they don't have the seat, so for me it's first time.
Okay, we're going to go a bit faster, okay?
Yes, 300 kilometers, please.
Everyone up the front. Yeah. Give us 2 thumbs up like this, Aussie way.
Here we go.
Thank you. 拍照我们是专业的。
China having fun and playing well on court as well, and that's what matters. Let's have a look at the top 5 shots from day 5.
Oh, wow. That is such a difficult return to hit. Yes. Off a first serve, backhand down the line.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
She can do everything.
Oh, that is so good. World-class entertainment in the opening 3 games between these 2 wonderful players and teams.
Is daylight lobbery.
Ah, dear.
Certainly in good touch, Team USA in Perth. In Sydney, another stunning day. We're looking forward to Team Poland and Team Czechia. Kicking us off, Hurkacz against Thomas Machac. And then, as Andrea said, the best one of the tournament, perhaps, Iga Swiatek and Karolina Muchova. That's all ahead to start 2025.
Resolutions, just...
well, I'm still working on those at the moment. My New Year's resolution for 2025 is to continue being kind and show positivity.
Stay healthy to win the Davis Cup next year.
Last year I wanted to read more and I didn't do that so much. So I'm like, to get resolutions, I don't think that's for me.
Learn how to serve.
To be kinder to myself.
Be nicer to myself. That was a quick one. You wanted a quick one, right? So I'm working on my diet. Probably I can ask Kubi how to do that.
Well, just to stay healthy.
Health, happiness, and a lot of success on the tennis court.
To just keep enjoying life, keep doing what I'm doing, keep enjoying myself, and hopefully win lots of tennis matches.
25 and 25. It's a pretty good one.
Anthems. It's for me.
Okay. And here we have the New Year's resolution.
Well, it's great right now to be joined at the desk by the former world #1 in doubles and a Grand Slam champion in Storm Hunter. Storm, welcome. I'm going to have a little guess here that perhaps your New Year's resolution might be to be healthy and happy, right?
Yes, hello, good morning and Happy New Year, but definitely I'm excited to say that I'll be back on tour this year, which is very exciting for me. It's been a long year. Well, last year was a long year.
We know that the issue came with the Achilles. It was Billie Jean King Cup training. It's been a long road back for you, and it really came at the worst possible time. You were playing so well, right on the verge at the top 100 in singles, world #1 in doubles. You'd reached that mark. How are you physically? How hard has this been? It must be quite lonely at times, the rehab process.
Yeah, definitely it's been really, really hard. It's a long journey. I knew from the beginning it was going to be a 12-month recovery. And yeah, I was at career high ranking of singles, #3 in the world of doubles, and, you know, on the verge of playing Billie Jean King Cup at home. So yeah, definitely very disappointing. But yeah, I've been training really hard. My team's been amazing and just keeping me motivated every single day. So I feel very lucky that I have those people around me, and excited to play next year. This year, sorry.
So where would you say are you right now? And can you talk a little bit also about the mental challenges? You have been before there, you had an ACL tour. Is it easier knowing that you have gone through it, or is it even harder to have to go through it again and you know what's waiting for you?
I would say at the beginning it was probably really hard because I'm like, wow, I have to go through this again, which is definitely not easy. I'm older as well. I'm not young, starting my career out, but definitely have the confidence that I've been there before. I know how hard it is and how much work you have to put in, and being even at this event now as a spectator, not a participator, it's been very, very different, but it's been a lot of fun to just kind of watch everyone get back in kind of the tennis rhythm of being on tour again.
You love this event, don't you? You love playing for your country. Very, very proud Australian. Matt was very proud of your work there on that point. How much have you enjoyed being part of the United Cup in the past?
Oh, last year was incredible. It was my first experience playing the United Cup, and as soon as the entry deadline came out, I was the first one to sign in. I was like, yep, I want to play for my country, in my home country as well. The crowds have been absolutely incredible. Last year was so loud. It was amazing energy, and I just had so much fun, and we made the semi-finals, which was amazing. And it's a little bit different to be here this year as a spectator, but the crowds again have been absolutely incredible, especially for Team Australia. It's been amazing, so excited to watch tonight.
You mentioned that we made the semi-finals last year. It's looking a little harder at the moment this time round because we lost to Team Argentina first up. So we play Team Great Britain today. Team Great Britain have had the win. If they win today, they're through. It's pretty straightforward. We need a really good day. Katie Boulter and Olivia Gadecki first up. Where do you think Olivia's at? It was a tough first one against Podoroska, and she went down there. How's the team managed to lift her and keep her going at the level where we know she's capable of?
Yeah, it was a very tough loss for her, but I think getting kind of that first match out of the way, the nerves of playing at home, she hasn't had that many experiences playing kind of this environment with the high pressure crowd, whereas Katie has had those experiences. I remember her first experience 2 years ago, and then to see how far she came even last year. She was very impressive last year, and that kind of set up the year for her. So it's definitely going to be a tough battle for her, but definitely a different matchup. Podoroska was a little bit more of a standing behind the baseline, kind of absorbing her pace, whereas Katie's going to take it on, which I think, to be honest, matches up with Liv quite well. She's happy to kind of trade blows up on the baseline, and it's, you know what, it's a must-win battle for both of them, so who knows, it's going to bring the best out of both of them.
Well, I hope you have a math degree, because this is a complicated one here.
The good news is as well that you've studied psychology, so with everything that's going on in lifting up the players around you and dealing with your own issues, you're doing a great job. And great to see you smiling. We look forward to seeing you back on court soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much to Storm for joining us today. We have a massive day ahead of tennis here. It all starts Team Czechia and Team Poland. Thomas Machac has been in great form inside the world's top 30. He's had some big victories in the last 12 months over top 10 players. Can he do it again today? Well, he'll have to take on Hurkacz, who sits inside the top 20 at the moment. That's all to come. Looking forward to that. Team Poland, though, they're having a great time. Let's catch up with them.
The whole Polish team came to Wiley's baths in Kuji, and we had an amazing time. We were able to swim in the ocean pool, which was a great experience and good for recovery, actually, so I enjoyed it. It's like ice bath.
Really beautiful. I actually never swam in an ocean pool before, so that was a great experience.
I was kicked out of swimming lessons when I was a kid because I was scared of water, but no, now I'm not, obviously. But the flamingo helped for sure, and I don't know, it just makes it more fun, so we were for sure prepared for this trip.
I really enjoyed the city. It's a really fantastic place, especially in the middle of summer. The people are awesome here, and the areas are beautiful, so definitely looking forward. Hopefully staying very long here.
We had some outstanding tennis on day 5. Just the day sessions, of course, New Year's Eve here in Australia. Let's have a wrap of it with Roger Aldridge.
New Year's Eve in Sydney, like most big cities, usually means fireworks.
Oh, that is so good.
Hugo Humbert looked in authoritative touch for Team France. He took the first set 6-3. Flavio Caboli started his United Cup in fine style and rediscovered that form for Team Italy in set 2.
Oh, that'll work right there.
He won the second in a gripping tiebreak and really hit his straps in the third.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
6-2 in the deciding set. Caboli handed the baton to Yasmin Paolini in fine style. The world number 4 was dominant on day 3, downright destructive on day 5.
And she takes it in style.
She strolled through the first set 6-2 in 22 minutes. Team France's Chloe Paquet with no answer for Paolini's relentless pursuit of points. 6-love, 6-2, right on the hour to send Italy through to the quarterfinals.
She can do everything.
The final contest of the year under the scorching Perth sun, and Taylor Fritz was as hot as the weather.
There he goes.
Team Croatia's Borna Coric wasn't entirely out of his depth against the Team USA star.
Such intelligent tennis.
But the world number 4 was clinical in set 2 as he made amends for his first up failure against Team Canada. For all Coric could do, ultimately Taylor had a swift response.
That is daylight lobbery.
Fritz's victory meant the top seeds were through to the quarterfinals. Still, Coco Gauff put an exclamation mark on proceedings.
Oh, it's too good.
Donna Vekic did challenge Gauff in the opening set. Fortune, however, would favour the American. 6-4, 6-2 the scoreline as Gauff sent Team USA into the final 8 with momentum.
Big contest coming up to start play today. Thomas Machac, Team Czechia, against Hubert Hurkacz of Team Poland. Machac with wins in 24 over Alcaraz, Rublev and Djokovic. Can he claim another big scalp today? Career high, 25 in the world and a Paris gold medalist. So Hubert Hurkacz against Thomas Machac. That's what's coming up. It's a great way to start the year of 2025 on court at this year's United Cup. Hubie Hurkacz, we can see him in the background there. He's made some changes over the off-season, and to talk a little bit more about that and what we can expect today, we've sent Mark Petchey to the big screen. Petch.
Yeah, cheers, Stubbsy. Yeah, so he has made a lot of changes. He's got 2 new coaches, he's changed his clothes, and he's changed his racket as well. But some things stay the same, and that's Hubie's serve. But particularly one serve was dominating Casper Ruud, and that is something that Machac is going to have to kind of figure out a way to try and defuse. This is the serve that Casper simply couldn't get a read on, the one out wide on the ad side. Hubie's going to mix it up nicely. He's going to put some down and thread them down the tee, but it's the one out wide from the tool pole that's going to bounce up high, as you can see here. 60-40 split. But it's not just the pace. He serves very quickly to the ad side, about 15 k's quicker to the ad side than the juice. But it's the versatility, and we're going to take a little look at that. We're going to see pace from Hurkacz on that serve out wide, but we're also going to see the spin, and you're going to see Casper diving for this one. But it's this serve here that Machac is going to have to kind of try and read. Look at how high that gets on Casper. You're going to see Casper look over to his dad and say, there's the spinner, there's the one that gets up high. I couldn't read it. Where do I go? Do I go back deep behind the baseline? We saw Ruud try and mix it up, or do I stay up? But the one thing that Hubie did not do well against Ruud was return, and particularly off the forehand side. This is a normal kind of split. More forehand returns missed on the ATP Tour compared to backhands. But the delta here, 58% only made compared to 85, is too high. So Machac is going to target that forehand, you would think, the 30-all point, the break point, down point. He's going to go to Hubie's forehand. So that's something he's got to do better today, Stubbsy.
Petch, thank you. That was pretty fascinating. Andrea, do you think the racket is a big part of those forehands going long? That's an enormous adjustment for a tennis player, isn't it?
It is an enormous adjustment, and I have to say I'm very surprised that he did that. It's good to change, but you can do as much as too many changes sometimes. And we talked with Mark Petchey about it. So far, it hasn't given him better numbers, the new racket, but it's something to keep an eye on through the season.
It takes weeks, months even to adjust?
I would say the thing is the practice court and the match court are two different things, and you just can't replicate what happens on a match court when the adrenaline hits the body. So that's something that he will just have to get adjusted to.
That's it. A reminder of the matches that are coming up today. The first one shapes as a beauty. Hubert Hurkacz against Thomas Machac, 25 in the world. The Czech playing at a career-high ranking. That's how good his last year has been. And then, Andre, your pick for the entire tournament, perhaps, Iga Swiatek up against Karolina Muchova. The variety and the talent on show in that match is one to watch. And who knows, that mixed doubles, it could go the distance, as we've seen so many times at this year's United Cup. In terms of Thomas Machac, what is it about him that sees him at a career high? Why has he been able to defeat Rublev, Djokovic, Alcaraz? He is an entertainer.
So for me, personally, it's the shorts that have gotten him so far, but that's just me. No, I think he's an incredible player, incredible athleticism and agility on the court. And I'm very excited that this is about to get underway here.
All right, Team Czechia taking their walk out. Then it will be Team Poland. Your commentators for this match, Mark Petchy is making his way, Jim Courier is there, and courtside will be Todd Woodbridge.
Marek Gengel, Gabriela Knudsen, Thomas Machac, and Karolina Muchova. And their opponents for today, representing Poland, led by captain Matt Torczycki, Alicia Rosowska, Jan Zielinski, Maja Falinska, Kamil Machac, Hubert Hurkacz, and Iga Swiatek. If you're able, please be upstanding for the national anthems of both Czechia and Poland.
Hurkacz is a player who was injured last year at Wimbledon, sadly, in the second round, and had to have a quick surgery after that, and played sparingly from there on, really, and made some big changes in the offseason. He had long had success with his coach, Craig Boyton. They decided to part ways after the U.S. Open. He's brought on Nicolas Massou. You can see him just right behind Hubie there with the hair pulled back, the gold medalist from Chile. He won that in Athens.